गुड मॉर्निंग इंडिया एंड वेलकम टू गाना शॉट। गाना शॉट में आप सबका स्वागत है। Today's question is Pakistan juggling with too many balls? And to go over this and discuss this, I have with me Mr. Shreyar. Shreyar ji, welcome and good morning to you.
Thank you so much, sir. Always good morning, India. Always good to be in the mornings with you, General Shankar. Well, you are certainly the cynosure of all eyes these days, it seems.
Oh yeah, we'll discuss that before we get into Pakistan. And I must tell all viewers that Mr. Shreyar is speaking from India. So right, and he's just landed, and it was so nice of him that he could join us early in the morning. So since he did mention about the fact that we are in the thing, let me explain why this whole story is. Yesterday morning's podcast, and in fact, not that was picked up a AI generated voice message on my thing was put out, and it was put out in a manner. Just look at this; it's fact checked by Indian Army and all that. What happened was that my podcast, it was picked up, voice overlay was put, and something what they did a lot of mistakes in that, and a lot of people have spoken out that I'm speaking against the new army chief or the army chief designate, and as if I am the guy who's talking of all that. Uh, they put it out. Now then I complained to X. I also put it out to the ADGPI, that is the Indian Army, and everyone. Look, this is it. So what has happened after that? What happened after that is ADGPI did the fact check, and that's the thing which I showed, and they said no to it. They put out their thing. Then PIB has also done it. The Press Information of Bureau of Government of India, they also put it out. But interestingly, the handle against which I complained and all, the X gave me a feedback saying that this is AI generated, and they have that's very clearly they've confirmed it. But interestingly, later in the evening, they changed the handle. They created another handle, and then that handle it again came out. Again, I've complained. So it's going to be repetitive and all that. So what I would say is Pakistan is making me famous. So if you want to have some fun, mirch masala, all that thing, do join Gunner Shot and PGurus. You'll get a lot of more fun thing. Yeah, I find it amusing. But they'll go to any lengths. Over to you, Shreyar ji, and then we'll take it forward.
Yeah, General Shankar, I was following this on my flight and I noticed the second follow-up video and things like that. So viewers, it tells you how important, how seriously Gunner Shot and PGurus handles are being taken, especially in the adversarial countries. Same thing happens in China also. They go and see how can we go and do something here. And you never know whether it is China telling Pakistan to do it or Pakistan doing it on their own. They don't need much encouragement anyway. But the point I think we are both saying is, like right now, let me give you an example. There are 116 people watching on PGurus channel, only 23 likes. Look, this is the only way you can beat them. You have to beat them at their own game. Just start liking the video as soon as you start watching it. After all, you know that somebody somewhere is taking notice of this and acting also, and that tells you that what we are saying is factual, and it's truthful. It's the truth, and that has a lot of value. So again, please like the channel wherever you are watching this, like the video and subscribe to that channel. Sir, back to you.
Yeah, thanks a lot. And today I've dedicated this topic only to Pakistan, so that Pakistani people know what my views about Pakistan are. So I'm not going to take a back step on whatever I'm doing, and people must know. And people are getting hurt by what I'm speaking, so here we go. Okay, look, Pakistan is juggling with too many balls, right? And of course, there are many lewd videos about it, but I'm not putting that out because I don't want to get down to the level of Pakistan. Right? Look, if you look at it, it's a, we all know US Pakistan is a non-NATO ally of USA. Turkey is its Islamic brother. China iron brother. Saudi Arabia is of course its new partner in the pact which has had SMDA, and Iran is its bosom neighbor these days. But there are a lot of triangles in this. Pakistan is doing a lot of networking. And on the left, there Pakistan's targets are very clear: India, Israel, Afghanistan, and UAE in the present context. And the countries with which Pakistan is now getting into new equations are these on the right. Um, Russia, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Egypt, Qatar, Libya, Hamas, and of course, okay, Sudan. Now, these five countries at the bottom are definitely their bosom brothers. They have good links. The ones, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, are a neighborhood, and they are operating through this. Okay, and Russia is the newfound friend, and we'll talk of it today. Right, and I'm going to talk of it. And the question is, why is Pakistan doing what it is doing? Why is it got into mediation? So when I got into the details, this is what I got. They have interest for remittance and economic protection. Right, there are 5 million expatriate Pakistanis working in the Gulf, and mediating leads to stability in the Gulf. And if this Gulf economy is stable, these people will keep giving funding back. Otherwise, Pakistan has got no way of getting money. It is 30 billion. It's a 30 billion game. Then they have a huge border with Iran, 1,000 kilometers. And if there's a spillover from there to Balochistan, they're going to have problem. And then of course there's this vague thing about geopolitical leverage and being an honest broker and improve their global standing. I don't know what standing they have to improve on. That's a different thing. And most importantly, it allows Pakistan to balance India out. I mean, we cannot get away from that part of the story. So I just thought I'll put this across first before I go ahead. The macro view, Pakistan's linkages, why it's developing, and why the larger thing of why it's mediating and all that. Your views, Shreyaji, then I'll move ahead.
Yeah. So, viewers, you've been watching what's happening in United States, right? See, the way Trump has tasked things, right? He has given some responsibilities to Marco Rubio and other responsibilities to JD Vance. Essentially, what he's saying is, okay, one of you is going to succeed me as the president, assuming everything goes all right. So you have to excel in the things that you are being given. JD Vance got the Iran negotiation, and he's also got corruption, drive against corruption. Rubio has to deal with Cuba, the after effects of Venezuela, and any other thing that might come, Greenland, for example, or even NATO, and so on and so forth. So whoever excels, people will be presented with the choice. Okay, this is what this person accomplished. This is what this person accomplished. Now, 2 days ago, JD Vance got into a bit of a bother. I wouldn't say bit, but it's a bit of a question people are asking. Is United States paying $300 billion to Iran, or is it somebody else? Now, what has happened is, again, the same 14 points. When it is put out by US, it's one way, and put out by Iran, it's another way. The interesting thing that came out is he had to come back and clarify that no, it is not us, the GCC countries are going to put it, and so on and so forth. Interestingly, he also let out another important point. He said that we have made progress by directly dealing with Iran. So essentially, somewhere Pakistan has created a trust deficit for itself. It goes back to what Winston Churchill said about the America. He said, the Americans do everything else before they do the right thing. So that's what it's again proved here. So I think in this thing, only people who are watching will see that Pakistan has been left out of the final negotiations. It's direct one-on-one. So back to you.
Pakistan is one-on-one. I mean, left out of the negotiations. US and Iran are one-on-one through Qatar. But the thing is this: there's a huge perception campaign and infomedia campaign about Asim Munir being the greatest man on earth alive for Pakistan. Of course, for Pakistan. And if you go into any social media and handle, whether it's in Urdu, whether it's in Punjabi, whether it's in English, and whatever tuta futa English Pakistani speak, so there is this huge thing going on. And we have to understand this is a very prime motive why Pakistan is juggling so many balls, right? And the thing is very simple. This chap wants to become the president. Of his personal ambition is at stake, or rather, it's his personal ambition which has come forth. And I've already said he to suit that he's already done the 28th amendment. If you remember last week we spoke about it, the 28th amendment. The 28th amendment and this chap's personal ambition coincides. They're still manipulating the Gilgit-Baltistan elections. That's still a hung parliament or a hung assembly. And there are problems in POK and all that. And I'll talk of that. I'll talk of that today, right? And you have to understand where it is going. This is the internal thing. This chap Abdul Basit. Abdul Basit is a complete anti-India hawk, and this chap was the Pakistan's ambassador to India. And see what he did. I mean, he says we did all the mediation, hard work, and all that, but Qatar stole the credit towards the end. And they said even the venue for the final declaration is not Islamabad; it is now Geneva. And they want to say whatever is going to happen in Geneva, Switzerland, or wherever they're going to have day after tomorrow, that should be the Islamabad Accord. I don't know how it's going to gel. That you do a signing in Switzerland and say it's in Islamabad. So all this, they are absolutely they are crestfallen. Okay, but more interestingly, there is this article which has come out in ft.com, and it explains in detail how the US-Iran deal has come together and what's Pakistan's role in this. And this is the thing which came out. There's one guy called Wali Nasser. Wali Nasser is American of Iranian origin, and he is quite active. He writes in foreign affairs and all that. I think he's part of Carnegie or Stimson, one of the two. And he's this thing. So what has he written? I'm going to put it out. I mean, explain it, and then we'll see where Pakistan's role is and which ball is dropping where. He says this is a must-read piece. I couldn't open it because I don't have a subscription for FT, right? So I'm relying on secondary sources. Must-read piece on how a month-long diplomatic effort involving US, Iran, Qatar, and Pakistan led to US-Iran MOU. Qatar played a key role in this, in keeping the process on track. The article argues that Qatar's involvement intensified in mid-May after negotiations stalled, which means that till such time Pakistan was the sole negotiator, nothing happened. Why? Pakistan was playing both sides, and Pakistan was playing both sides to benefit itself. And I think somewhere people came to realize that look, Pakistan is doing its own story. They're doing everything on their own. Okay, enough. Okay, you've done the whatever you have done. Please sit down, and we will get involved because the life, it's our life at stake. That's what people in Middle East realize. Qatar, so it's come. Now the article notes that a Qatari delegation, went, had a talk with Tehran. They did independent of Pakistan, independent of US, and all that. And while Qatar was working with Pakistan, Egypt, and Turkey, and all that nonsense, Qatar did a direct negotiation with Iran. That's what is coming out. And then they said, okay, then they spoke to US. And then they became, after all, Qatar was traditionally being the intermediary between many people there. Right. And the ultimately one US guy, he said, look, the Pakistanis were well briefed and the face of the process. They were the outer face of the process. But the Qataris did the heavy lifting to bridge the two sides. People are now talking of it, and it's come out in FT. And it's not only come out in FT, it's come out in other thing also. So, of course, right. Now, I believe the Qataris threatened to walk away from Iran. And they said, look, if you want to keep fiddling around with all this, we are going and we are, and you keep doing what you want with Pakistan and USA. And then it was then that the Iranians felt, oh no, now we are saddled with Pakistan, who's a useless negotiator, and it is better to deal with the Qataris and get something out of it, and that's how it whole thing went. So this abuses or disabuses the theory that Pakistan was a great mediator, and but the perception from that fellow is different. And this again came out. Mohit Pirzada, who's based in Washington, he's a Pakistani correspondent. I mean, he's not a correspondent; he's a journalist who's fallen foul of the current establishment and Asim Munir, and Asim Munir will hang him if he comes back. So he says, "Look, America used Asim Munir to scare Iran, right, and get them frightened and all, and that failed." Asim Munir, because why? Asim Munir was playing both sides. Asim Munir went to Tehran. He spent 3 days there, if you remember, and he played both sides. Whole thing was that Asim Munir and Pakistan were trying to do their trick. And when these chaps were running there, these chaps were running to China also. The others, Zardari, Shabazz Sharif, were running to China, and they were doing their own trick. So somewhere people have come to know. And as per Mohit Pirzada, economists has exposed Asim Munir and smashed this facade right in the middle of the crossroads. Okay. Now, there are other issues. Okay, yeah, before I go further, your views on whatever I've said so far, Shreya.
General Shankar, Mohit Pirzada was supposed to be the best intellectual that Pakistan
Yeah.
had to offer. He used to write frequently in Dawn. Now he has already flown to Washington, D.C. Who does that leave with? That other fellow who's Nazam something?
Whoever. Najam Sethi.
Nazam Sethi. These guys have, their ambitions have no bounds. This shameless Asim Munir, he wants to still become president. I mean, if nobody stops, it's it's the fate of Pakistan. Maybe that's where it will start crumbling from within. But
Yeah, we'll talk of that also today.
yeah,
We'll talk of
we
that
talked
also.
about it as soon as it began. We said that Islamabad is always going to be, double-tongued, and they are going to play for what benefits, and they'll play one against the other. I mean, Trump should know better. What can I say, sir?
Yeah. Now, so that's the thing. But now let's look slightly internally and see what's happening within Pakistan, this deal and all that. Why? Why this deal puts everything in a jeopardy for Pakistan internally. While we all might say Pakistan played a great role and all that. Firstly, it's now proven that Pakistan didn't play the great role. Secondly, Pakistan now faces certain things. There are certain internal things which we need to understand. And first and foremost, you know, uh, already a lot of people have been deported from UAE, and most of these chaps are Shias, and all these chaps will come back, and that means remittances are going to fall. So Pakistan is already in a hole. The hole is going to get deeper. Right. Then there's the issue that look, everyone in Pakistan says, okay, Pakistan is trying to get closer to USA and all. The domestic audience is not good on this because a lot of people, there are two aspects in this. One is the Shias in Pakistan. They're about 15-20% of Pakistan. They are unhappy. They are unhappy saying that, look, you are supposed to help Iran. Iran is our motherland or rather father, whatever that land is, where we look to for our spiritual thing. And here you are trying to support USA and Israel. So the Shias are up against it. Then the armed public in Pakistan. He says, look, whatever deal you're doing it on behalf of Israel and America, which we hate. So Pakistan is caught in its own crossfire. And overall, very clearly, Pakistan had overestimated its influence in solving the problem. Right. What about the financial angle? We all know that UAE wanted the money back. When the UAE took the money back, 3.5 million, it was Saudis who came and put that money. And then they had to roll over another 5 billion. So clearly, the Saudis had to fork out $8 billion to bail out Pakistan and keep it up. Right?
I think there is
Now,
also Qatar, sir. Qatar also paid
yeah,
some money.
Qatar also paid some money. Now, Bahrain also is paying money because they feel that if Pakistan goes down, they will be in a soup. That's okay. But look at Pakistan. Pakistan is now living completely on external support. Okay. More importantly, things are going to move ahead. We all heard that, but if you remember, we discussed this also, that Trump wants Pakistan to sign on to the Abraham Accords. He says this deal will go through when the Abraham Accord also is done. And if you think and look at the commentary in America, what is coming out in USA, all kinds of people across all walks of life and bipartisan in nature, people are questioning the deal. People are questioning the Iran deal. People say, look, we spent $75 billion on our military to, attack Iran and all. It's costed us. Over and above that, we are going to give 300 billion to Iran to reconstruct them. That's a question people are asking. Okay. So, as a result, there will be a blowback on all these things. And who will suffer because of this? Pakistan. So this deal will not go through the way it will go through. If it doesn't go through, then Pakistan has an egg on its face. And if Pakistan has an egg on its face, or for the matter, for USA to pull this whole story out, they will say, okay, now the sweetener for this will be the Abraham Accords. Will Pakistan be able to sign that Abraham Accords? That's the $1 million question which Pakistan faces. And despite all their nonsense, they are facing a bigger problem than they started. Yeah, your views on this bit of Abraham Accords and what the muddle they are in. Yeah.
General Shankar and viewers, I hope you have liked this video. I still don't see the match between number of people watching and the number of likes. It's really important. See, it's not just creating misinformation and bad videos, wrong videos, fake videos. They also try to basically use bots to try and limit the reach of videos wherever General Shankar and I are present. Because Good Morning India seems to be doing a lot of, having a lot of effect on this. So all I can request all of you to do is to just like this video wherever you're watching it from. And we need to really keep up. Number of people watching should be number of people likes. That will really help our cause and get this thing out even more. Sir, as to what you have said, you're spot on. Sir, one thing I want to say, if Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Qatar want to throw good money after bad money, okay, be my guest. All three of you are in for a load of pain in the next few years. In fact, the dominance of OPEC is over. The sooner you smell the coffee, the better. And India is a very responsible country. If Pakistan gets broken up, it's not going to change any of the relations with the other countries, including Iran. As far as India is concerned, India will continue to do what it has been doing. So needlessly going and supporting Pakistan at this point of time, sure, it's your money. You're already bleeding red right now. You have capped a lot of oil wells. And if you think that you want to continue doing this, good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
This is up to you. Your money. Yeah. Sir, back to you.
Yeah, thanks a lot. This is very important. Now I'll turn this to something else, which is very interesting. And this came about 4-5 days back. I was just waiting for the right opportunity to come and talk. Of all Yeah. Now, as I said, I was saying that Russia seems to be telling Pakistan, carry on, do everything, and they are supporting, of course, Iran basically. And now they're talking: can Pakistan and Iran turn Gwadar and Chabahar into sister ports to unlock 10 billion trade? And of course, they're talking of all this. That will involve upgrading. Both these countries will upgrade border infrastructure, setting up international transport system over there, and simplifying the visa regime and all that. So this is one this thing. The next thing which I saw in uh, from Sputnik is this. Oh, They say, look, Pakistan is now in demand because it's now a security partner across the Gulf states. And they're now saying Bahrain comes to them, Saudi Arabia has come to them, Kuwait also will come to them, Lebanon will come to them, Oman will come to them. So, Pakistan is now suddenly a security provider in this thing. And why they are a security provider, they have said again with this fellow's face. Nuclear deterrence is there with Pakistan, and there's a cost advantage because Pakistan will be cheaper than USA. They have a proven capability and they're proven fighters, and then there's the Israeli factor and all that. So, I mean, it's a very strange thing which is happening. Russia suddenly backing Pakistan. So that's why I said in the beginning I showed Russia as the new entrant in this game. So is it this Russia, China, Iran, North Korea factor coming into play? Okay, we have to watch this and what it means for Pakistan and what it means for USA. USA also has to wake up to this. USA has to smell the coffee about Pakistan. Right? Yeah, please.
General Shankar, soon you will see a twin sister of Tabassum called Tarannum, and Tarannum will start writing from China using a Chinese handle. Pretty much the same thing. Look, viewers, you are in for a treat. You have to decide which channel speaks the truth. And your time is well served by listening and watching channels who you believe is, you perceive to be telling the truth. This is classic fake narrative. Russia is thinking, oops, we are late to this game. Let's get into. Sir, back to you.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Now, all this is happening when there are huge problems within. There are huge problems for Pakistan within. And this is Maulana Fazlur Rehman. He's speaking within the parliament. Yeah, diesel. But look, this fellow is quite shrewd and he talks a lot of sense at times. It's a different thing, whatever he thinks. Okay. See what he says.
अगर हम अमेरिका और ईरान के दरमियान इसलिए मुसालहत चाहते हैं कि हमें खित्ते में जंग नहीं चाहिए, खित्ते के लोगों को हम अमन देना चाहते हैं, तो इसकी जरूरत अफगानिस्तान के साथ.
So it's a very pertinent thing. He says you want to go and sort out the problem between Iran and USA. So what about Afghanistan? Okay. It's a very logical thing. He's got a long thing. I'm not going to go, but the first point is very critical. So you see that, look, we did this program earlier that Asim is fiddling when, Quetta is burning. Asim is actually fiddling when the whole Pakistan is burning. Okay. Now, look, this is a view of a Baluch guy. Okay. A Baluch rebel. He's been interviewed and this has come out. It's a raw video. Have a look at it and you'll understand what I'm talking. Where Balochistan is. Balochistan is in a very bad shape. Yeah.
ये जंग हमारे हाथों से ज्यादा पंजाबी के हाथ में, पंजाबी आर्मी के हाथ में, कि वो उसको किस तरफ ले जाना चाहता है. वो ज्यादा बलोच पे प्रेशर डालेगा, वो ज्यादा दबाने की कोशिश करेगा, हम ज्यादा उभरेंगे. वो ज्यादा बेरहमी करेगा, वो औरतों बच्चों को मारेगा, फिर हमें भी मजबूरन वो कदम उठाना पड़ेगा.
So Balochistan people are very clear. Now these people are coming out and giving interviews in this manner to say, look, this is a Punjabi army. So Balochistan, I think, is lost to Pakistan. And I don't think it is retrievable. Because Balochistan has no political solution. And the requirement is political solution. Why no political solution? Forget it. There's no military solution also for Balochistan with the Pakistan military. They're not incapable of doing it. And just about 2-3 days back, I saw some news that even in those mines area, people are getting hit. And that mines will close any day now. Of course, the Baluch people have already done a deal with Chinese, but even that is in trouble. And the right one is this ladies in. Look at this. This is from POK. I could have showed you 1,000 other videos from POK, but I chose this. This is ladies and children in a village. Not great crowd, no nothing, but they very purposefully made these people do this and they're putting it out. And even today morning, there were problems in POK. Ravla Court and all is in bad shape, firing and this and that. And you see, every year the situation in POK is going bad. Right? So you see, as a whole, the internal situation in Pakistan is going worse by the day. They have a problem with Afghanistan which they are not able to solve. They're not able to solve. Right? They have a huge problem in Balochistan, which is out of control completely. POK is slowly going out of control. They might get into control. They've already blocked POK. Food is not going there. So if food is not going there, all India has to do is send food across from POK, from India across the LC. And then you'll slowly start turning. So, is the tide turning in POK? It's not that overnight people will come to us. You just have to give them their daily sustenance. Nothing more. Just feed them. And then the people will, turn. And once the people turn, then things will go another way. And of course, like I said, the Gilgit-Baltistan, the election results are still not out. If the election, and we don't know how the election results are going to be manipulated. There is supposed to be repolls in about 4 or 5 constituencies so that Bhutto's party, PPP, will get the majority. He gets the government there. And the deal Asim Munir is doing, right, is that give the government of Gilgit-Baltistan to Bhutto, and Bhutto and everyone supports the 28th Amendment to make him the president. And once he becomes the president, he's for life and whatever he do. It doesn't matter. All this happens. So there is a game which Asim Munir is playing. That's a larger picture. Look at the game he is playing. He is trying to become an international statesman and all that. And Pakistan is a great, honest broker of peace and all that. It's no more a terrorist state. That's the message. Internally, he's consolidating power. It doesn't matter other things. And now he will start blaming India for all the problems here. It is already on. And then there is this perception management of he is the greatest Pakistani alive. And so what is next after this? Something against India. And it's a matter of time. That's the way I look at it. So I outlined to you that what Pakistan is up to. How do we handle it? I'm sure our people will know how to handle it. But people should know what's happening. We should not dismiss Pakistan and Asim Munir as fools who are, they'll anyway go live and die or whatever it is. No, that's not the way we should look at it. We should take this whole thing seriously and react seriously. Your views, sir?
So where do things go from here? Can Balochistan declare independence? And if so, how will it sustain itself? Assume that it even creates an interim government. It needs funding. So this has to be happening in a more political way, perhaps by having, maybe United States can recognize the government of Balochistan and could be in exile in Washington, D.C. Already, there's a lot of activity going on in this direction. I just want to give you a complementing perspective. India is not doing it, but Indian Americans are taking up a lot of efforts. For example, you know that Hindu Action has been doing to declare 1971 war against Hindus in Bangladesh as a Hindu genocide to put Pakistan on the mat. Likewise, even on PGurus, we have had many activists from all these areas come and talk to us about the kind of things they are facing. It's not just Baloch, even Hazaras in Afghanistan are also having problems with Taliban. Be that as it may, as a whole, Washington is becoming increasingly aware of some of these fissures in this area. And if Trump sets his mind to it and say, okay, already things have gone again against Pakistan, you can be sure of that, viewers. There is no doubt. US is fed up. Not fed up. They're just saying, you just step out of the way. We don't need you anymore. Which is why the talks have gone to. By the way, General Shankar, what I used to do, I just stopped a few days ago. Every day, 2 to 3 minute brief of what was happening in Iran war. I was talking about it. I was the only one, as far as I can remember, who was talking about secret talks taking place in Geneva. And I would be doubly careful to make sure that this is not just something somebody is making it up. Go and check and make sure the references are matching it and so on and so forth. Now you see, viewers, that Geneva is where the whole thing is happening. Back to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So this is Pakistan. But there is something else happening in Pakistan. When all this is thing, there's a Ponzi scheme on in Pakistan. And this is a national Ponzi scheme. Pakistan itself is a Ponzi nation. But interestingly, this Pakistan's Ponzi scheme is not what I am saying. This is an analysis in Dawn. Today morning I picked it. And what does it say? Pakistan's quarter-century Ponzi scheme, and exit has no architecture. Okay? And they say that Pakistan is a credit card economy. And it says it's a Ponzi scheme. What is it? That they take a credit card, spend through the credit card, and to pay the credit card, they take another credit card. This is the Ponzi scheme which is going on in Pakistan. And this is something, look, they are themselves saying this. That's the thing. They know where they are, but they're bloody shameless fellows. They can't even do good for themselves. Forget about others. What will they do? And this is what Najam Sethi you mentioned. So from here on, you're going to hear Pakistanis, what Pakistanis say about Pakistan. Forget about what Shri Iyer and Shankar are going to talk of Pakistan. Let us hear what Pakistanis talk of Pakistan. That is the more important thing, right? Let's hear that.
इसका मतलब है हमने लोकल मशीनरी नहीं बनाई, ये जीटी रोड वाली मशीनरी वो नहीं होती, ये सोफिस्टिकेट मशीनरी हमने इंपोर्ट कर ली जर्मनी से, यूके से, अमेरिका से।
अच्छा,
तो हम अपने पांव पे खड़े नहीं हुए। इसी तरीके से हमने गाड़ियां इंपोर्ट करनी शुरू कर दी, बिकॉज़ हम बना नहीं सकते थे। आज तक हम गाड़ी नहीं बना सकते। हमें ये कहा गया था कि आपको हम इंपोर्ट करने देंगे गाड़ियां, इतने साल आप पूरी गाड़ी इंपोर्ट करें, इतने साल आप आधी गाड़ी इंपोर्ट करें, इतने साल आप पूरी गाड़ी यहाँ बनाएं। आज तक 50% से गाड़ियां जो है यहाँ असेंबल करते हैं, मगर गाड़ी बना नहीं सकते। बाहर से मंगवा के सारी चीजें यहाँ नट बोल्ट इकट्ठे कर देते। तो बात यह है कि ये सारी इकोनॉमिक पॉलिसी की इश्यू है। इंडिया ने हैवी इंडस्ट्री पहले बनाने लगाई पिछले, इसीलिए उस जमाने में कहते थे हिंदू रेट ऑफ ग्रोथ 2% 3%।
अच्छा,
मुश्किल हालात, बेस बना रहे थे लॉन्ग टर्म। हम 4%, 5%, 6% पे भाग रहे थे। बड़ा यार मजा आ गया जी,
मरम पट्टी कर रहे थे हम ऊपर
क्योंकि हम सारा कुछ इंपोर्ट कर रहे थे और अमेरिका दे रहा
जी,
दे रहा।
जाहिर है उनके तो सेल हो रही है ना,
हम
उनको
तो एशिया कर रहे थे। हमने कभी यहाँ जिसे कहते हैं सीरियस इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट तो की नहीं।
So this is the first aspect of this Ponzi scheme, right? This
सर उसको ये क्या हो गया सर, आज सच बोल रहा है? He's telling the truth.
That's the thing. They know what's the truth, right? Please understand, folks. They know the truth. I'm going to, we'll make them speak. It's not that I'm going to speak. They'll tell all these chaps. I will explain. So we know Najam Sethi what his view is. Okay. Then look at Kaiser Bengali. Who's Kaiser Bengali? Is one of the top economists. In a podcast, this is what he had to say. The film is not very good, but focus on what he says. Okay. And he talks of military businesses.
ये जो businesses में जो उनके revenue या profit होता है वो defense expenditure में नहीं जाता है। वो defense expenditure के पैसे जो है वो हमारे बजट से लेते हैं। 1 रुपया भी अपने कारोबारी जो चला रहे हैं वहाँ से 1 रुपया भी डिफेंस के लिए नहीं जाता है। और जो आप जियोपॉलिटिकल सिचुएशन की बात कर रहे हैं वो सिचुएशन हमने पैदा की है।
और बाकी ये जो अर्निंग्स होती हैं, ये
किस चीज की अर्निंग्स? जो कंपनीज हैं इनकी, ये तो इनके पास ही रहती है।
ठीक है।
फौजी फाउंडेशन के जो इदारे हैं उसके जो मुनाफे वगैरह है, सरप्लस जो है वो फौजी फाउंडेशन के पास रहता है।
और वो फौजियों की फलाह के लिए यूज होता है।
कहते हैं तो फलाह के लिए यूज होता है, लेकिन बात यह है कि फौज का काम नहीं है कारोबार करना, और फौज के कारोबार की वजह से प्राइवेट सेक्टर मफलूज हो रहा है। तो आप देख लें कि नस्ट है, नेशनल यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी, वो पूरा एक शहर है। वो जमीन फौज ने खरीदी तो नहीं है मार्केट से, या तो मुफ्त मिली या बहुत ही कम कीमत में मिली। लेकिन एक प्राइवेट यूनिवर्सिटी अगर यूनिवर्सिटी खोलना चाहती है कहीं भी तो उसे तो जमीन मार्केट रेट पे खरीदनी पड़ेगी। क्योंकि मैं पढ़ाता हूँ यूनिवर्सिटी में, प्राइवेट यूनिवर्सिटी में, मुझे पता है कि बहुत शदीद बहरान है प्राइवेट यूनिवर्सिटीज़ का वो ना तो वो सैलरी दे पाते हैं जो फौज की यूनिवर्सिटी दे रही है, ना वो फैसिलिटीज दे पाते हैं। इसलिए कि अगर एक बड़ा हिस्सा मुफ्त मिल जाए तो फिर तो जो प्राइवेट यूनिवर्सिटीज हैं वो भी वही फैसिलिटीज दे सकती है जो फौजी यूनिवर्सिटीज दे रही है। यही हाल बाकी इंडस्ट्री का है हर शोबे में। तो जब एक शोबा आता है जिसको मराहत मिलती हो, और आप एक कारोबार कर रहे हैं और मैं भी कर रहा हूँ, मुझे तो मराहत मिल रही है, आपको नहीं मिल रही, तो आप मुझसे कम्पीट तो नहीं कर सकते, आप बंद कर चले जाएंगे। तो बहुत सारे कारोबार इसीलिए भी बंद हो रहे हैं।
So he's very clearly said how these military businesses are killing Pakistan. Who's running the Ponzi scheme? The army with the Fauji Foundation. They take land at no rates. They just take the usurp the land and build universities and run their things. Everything which Fauji Foundation do is at the expense of Pakistan. Yeah, please.
Nust, is it like loss? NUSHT? NUST?
Okay. Now, see, just think, I'm going to get others also to speak. It's just not one. No, okay. Recently, Pakistan had a budget. And after the budget, this is Miftah Ismail. You'll see what he says. He was the previous finance minister of Pakistan. And he's a sensible guy. And just listen to what he says. Okay.
शहबाज शरीफ साहब ने ये जो काम किया है, जिस स्पीड से लोन लिया है, मैं कहता हूं ये शहबाज स्पीड पर लोन लिया। शहबाज शरीफ साहब की लोन लेने की जो है वो शहबाज स्पीड से लोन लिया, ये बात मान लो इनकी, ठीक है। एक्सपोर्ट गिराने का जो स्पीड है वो भी मैं कहूंगा कि शहबाज स्पीड से एक्सपोर्ट गिरी है। आपने गुड्स एक्सपोर्ट कम कर दिए 4 साल पहले से, आज पाकिस्तान कम बरामद कर सकता है। सलमान राजा साहब ने बात की थी कि जब 1990 की दहाई के आगाज में पाकिस्तान और वियतनाम का एक्सपोर्ट बराबर था, अब उनका वियतनाम का एक्सपोर्ट 400 अरब रुपए, हम 30 अरब डॉलर में पहुंचे, वो 400 अरब डॉलर में। हम इतने गए गुजरे। और जो आप 30,000 अरब रुपया टैक्स देते हैं, हुकूमत क्या देती है आपको? मैंने आपको बताया कि ना आपको तहफ़्फ़ुज़ देती है, ना आपको पानी देती है, ना बिजली देती है, ना गैस देती है। 2 बातें मैं करूंगा और फिर उसके बाद मैं शाहिद साहब को दावत दूंगा कि वो अपने आगे इख्तितामी कलामात पेश करें।
So you look at it, what is done? Everything in Pakistan in the past 4 years has gone down, except Asim Munir. And Shahbaz Sharif is his clown, personal clown. Okay. Now, he's got another thing, this is one thing he said. Let's see what he has further said.
क्योंकि गवर्नमेंट जो है वो कर्जा लेती जा रही है। अब कर्जा कितना लिया ये भी सुन लीजिए। जब शहबाज शरीफ साहब की हुकूमत आई थी तो पाकिस्तान के ऊपर 49,000 अरब रुपया कर्जा था।
49,000।
एक्चुअली उनके आने के 2 महीने बाद पाकिस्तान पे 49,000 अरब रुपया कर्जा था 1 जुलाई 2022 को। तो पाकिस्तान ने 75 साल में 49,000 अरब रुपया कर्जा जमा किया। पिछले 4 सालों में पाकिस्तान ने 34,000 अरब रुपया कर्जा जमा कर लिया, यानी कि जो 75 साल में हमने किया था उसका 68% खर्चा जो है ये सिर्फ इस 4 सालों में शहबाज शरीफ।
Just imagine what Shahbaz Sharif and Asim Munir have done in the past 3 to 4 years is they have taken the Pakistani economy or debt by more than 75%. Whatever they had plus 74%. Is it sustainable? I don't think it's sustainable, but let's hear them.
तो आज पाकिस्तान की पहली 31 मार्च को पाकिस्तान की जो अखराजात की जो डेट सर्विसिंग का जो नंबर था वो 83,000 अरब रुपया था। इधर आ जाइए। तो 83,000 अरब रुपया पाकिस्तान का आज खर्चा है, अखराजात टोटल कर्जा है जो हम रहे ना रहे हमारे बच्चों को देना है। और जिस स्पीड से शहबाज शरीफ साहब ने बढ़ाया है।
So you see that this Asim Munir and Shahbaz Sharif are taking loans and loans and loans from everywhere. And what he says is important. They have front-loaded the entire thing to the next generation.
Right.
They've front-loaded the whole thing to next generation. You see how badly the situation is. And I'm getting Kaiser Bengali back. This is a better film. Look at it. He makes a very important point on where the Pakistan economy is going. Have a look at, hear him first.
We are actually bankrupt for the last 10 years. This economy is bankrupt. You know, bankruptcy ki definition yehi hai कि if I take a loan and I cannot pay back, I'm bankrupt. Pakistan cannot pay back its loan, and now it is only taking loans to repay loans. The entire objective of the government is to obtain loans. So your question was about what to do about poverty. Reducing poverty is not an objective of the state anymore. And I use the word state, not just government. Any government.
This is very important. And Kaiser Bengali is one of their renowned economists. Okay. And he says the objective of the state is not to reduce poverty, it is to take loans. Okay, at Shabash speed. You see where this whole story is going.
Comes economic development, industrialization, employment generation, poverty reduction, improving education, health conditions. These are not the objective of the state. The only objective of the state is to somehow get more loans. And that is why you notice that every finance minister is a banker. Because bankers know how to organize and disburse loans. The job of every finance minister is just to get loans.
So just think, he's very clear. And you know what you see the way things are in Pakistan. I mean, you're talking of a top flight economist of Pakistan and one of the finance ministers of Pakistan speaking this manner. And of course, Najam Sethi, which is a thing. And what is happening internally in Pakistan is something one has to understand. Pakistan internally is slowly becoming unsafe to live. Good people are running away from Pakistan. You know, I saw this podcast about what people's safety is all about. Listen to it. It's a couple of minutes, but very, very interesting thing. Yeah, please, sir.
Before we continue, viewers, I'm watching closely the like count to the view count. We can do better. We need to like this video. Look at put yourself in General Shankar's shoes. I have done nothing here. I traveled, I came back, woke up, and I'm ready to do this podcast. All the heavy lifting has been done by him.
No, that's okay.
And look at the amount of work he has done. And the least thing you can do is to just like this video. I would like to get that par. Likes is equal to views. And then see how far this is going to go. Thank you, sir. Back to you.
Oh, thank you. All right. Now the point is, look at this video and you'll understand the state of Pakistan. And this is coming from their own people. That's the important thing. Yeah.
माशाल्लाह आप तो हाईली पेड होंगे यहाँ पर, आप वेल क्वालिफाइड हैं और सब कुछ है आपके पास, अच्छी जॉब होगी, तो कहाँ जा रहे हैं, क्यों जा रहे हैं, पाकिस्तान क्यों छोड़ रहे हैं?
जी बिल्कुल, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह आई वाज हाईली क्वालिफाइड, ऑब्वियसली पीएचडी आपको पता है कि इट्स ऑप्टिमम लेवल, और जॉब जो सैलरी थी मेरी बहुत अच्छी सैलरी थी एंड आई हैड अ वेरी गुड करियर प्रोस्पेक्ट्स. लेकिन मैं आपको एक इंसिडेंट से शुरू करता हूँ, फिर हम ट्रैक बैक करेंगे बाकी चीजों पे कि जिस इंसिडेंट ने मुझे मजबूर किया कि नहीं यार अब ये मुल्क रहने के काबिल नहीं है, अब जाना चाहिए. तो मेरा ख्याल 1 साल पहले मैं अपने ऑफिस से ड्राइव करके आ रहा था, तो कयूमाबाद चौरंगी पे मैं अभी ट्रैफिक थी बहुत, तो अच्छा मुझे आवाज आई किसी ने जैसे नॉक किया हो साइड जो गाड़ी पे जो साइड वाला शीशा है, तो मैंने जैसे ही मुड़ के देखा तो वो मेरा बटन प्रेस हो गया और वो शीशा नीचे चला गया. तो वो एकदम से मैंने देखा कि वो गन यहाँ पे आ गई है मेरे, और वो मुझे कह रहा मोबाइल दे दो. तो अब जाहिर है कि एकदम बंदा अचानक से आप गन देखते हैं, और हालांकि सब लोग आस पास आहिस्ता आहिस्ता ट्रैफिक भी चल रही है, तो मैं ऐसे मोबाइल उठा के देने लगा हूँ, तो वो मोबाइल छीनने वाले ने ये समझा कि शायद ये कोई रेजिस्ट करने लगा है, इसके पास कोई पिस्टल है या कोई चीज है, तो उसने अचानक उसको पकड़ के ऐसे बट जो होता है उसका बैक को मेरे ऐसे सर पे मारने की कोशिश की. मैं बचा दो, मेरे यहाँ पे आगे लगा, खैर जल्दी से मैंने मोबाइल उसको दिया और वो मोबाइल लेके चला गया. फॉर अ फ्यू सेकंड्स तो मैं आई वाज इन अ काइंड ऑफ शॉक, मुझे समझ नहीं आई कि क्या हो रहा है. ट्रैफिक चल पड़ी, मैं आगे चल पड़ा. लेकिन जब मैं घर पे पहुंचा तो मेरी ये पोजीशन हो चुकी थी कि मुझे ये समझ नहीं आ रहा था कि मैं कहाँ पे हूँ और क्यों हूँ। फिर मैंने सोच लिया कि इंसिडेंट्स तो इससे पहले बहुत सारे हो चुके थे। मेरा ये 7वां मोबाइल था जो छिना है, और ये शायद कराची में हर बंदे की कहानी है, लेकिन शायद आप ये समझ लीजिए कि वो लास्ट नेल इन द कॉफिन वाली बात है। सो दैट वाज लास्ट नेल इन द कॉफिन। और मैंने कहा कि हाँ यार, अब फैसला मुझे करना पड़ेगा कुछ। अच्छा, फिर इसके बाद एक और चीज हुई जो कि मैं इसके साथ ही अटैच कर दूं। 2-3 दिन अब मैं बहुत ही साइकोलॉजिकली बड़ा डर गया था। बाहर निकलना, किसी बाइक वाले को देखना तो एकदम डर जाना। मैं अपने बच्चों को लेके जा रहा हूँ तो एक बाइक वाला साइड पे आ रहा है नजदीक से और मुझे अप्रोच करने की कोशिश कर रहा है। तो मैंने देखा यार, ये तो फिर अभी तो 2-3 दिन पहले लुटा हूँ, आज तो बच्चे भी साथ में हैं। मैंने पहले गाड़ी भगाई, ट्रैफिक थी, मैं भगा नहीं सका, वो यहाँ पे आ गया तो मैंने उसको हिट करने की कोशिश की। उसने गाड़ी रोक के मुझे कह रहा है, भाई क्या कर रहे हो तुम? आई जस्ट रियलाइज यार, ये तो एक आम आदमी है, ये तो वो छीनने वाला नहीं है। तो मेरे बच्चे भी कह रहे थे कि पापा को क्या हो गया। खैर मैं घर पे गया था, अगेन आई सीरियसली आई थॉट दैट एग्जैक्टली दिस इज द टाइम। अब इस शहर में और इस मुल्क में रहना जो है ना, बड़ा मुश्किल हो गया। तो खैर फिर मैंने अप्लाई किया, आई गॉट ग्लोबल टैलेंट वीजा और हैरियट वार्ड यूनिवर्सिटी में, अल्लाह का शुक्र है, बहुत अच्छी पोजीशन में मुझे फॉरेन जॉब ऑफर होगी।
And he's left. This is Pakistan. People have to understand what Pakistan is today. So, see, Pakistan is a huge Ponzi scheme where whatever talent is there is going out. Pakistan is unsafe. You heard a Pakistani. I'm not saying this. Okay? You heard a finance minister saying that the amount of loans which Pakistan has taken is unprecedented in the past 3 to 4 years. You heard one of the top economists say that, the military runs businesses at free of cost at the expense of normal Pakistanis. And there's no hope. And much more. And they're very clear that, Pakistan, even a guy like Najam Sethi, right, who is a complete ISI hack, he says, look, India did whatever it had to do, and we are what we are, nut bolt economy. And you heard Pakistanis talk of Balochistan and POK, what they use, how their own politicians are talking within the parliament. The situation in Pakistan is terrible and bad. We know that. And this is as per Pakistan. And what is Asim Munir doing? He wants to become the president, an international statesman, and doing all the fixing. So, what's going to be the outcome? Your views, sir.
I am shocked beyond word, because this is something new, that even just going in a road, going about your business can be hazardous to you, and people just look at you and make up their mind, this guy must be a high asset person, let's just go and hit him for whatever it's worth. When that means basic life necessities are becoming a challenge in Pakistan. I used to be surprised, because Mohit Pirzada was held in such esteem in Pakistan. Why does this fellow relocate to Washington DC? What happened? So somewhere he must have said the truth once, and the army said abhi tera jina haram hai yahan par, and no, gone. And looks like the worst offender is Karachi. I don't know, maybe because it's not that close to the garrisons and all that, maybe that's where things are. And
yeah,
very, very tough situation, sir.
Yeah, the last clip I'm going to say is, what is Pakistan's actual state? And I'm making a statement. Pakistan is a nation of beggars. You Pakistanis beg. Okay? And again, I'm not saying it. It's the Pakistanis who are going to say this.
लास्ट जो बड़ी जो मतलब है वो थी कि उनसे पूछा गया था कि ये जो पाकिस्तानी डिपोर्ट हो रहे हैं बेगिंग पे जी, ये क्या चक्कर है, कहाँ पे? तो 4 मुल्कों के हैं, 4 बड़े शहर के हैं। वो उन्होंने बताया कि आपके सऊदी अरब में आपके 2 हैं वहां से, एक आपका जद्दा है और दूसरा रियाज है। वहां से आपकी कितने लोग जो है वो निकाले गए, मेरे को स्क्रीन पे आपको डॉक्यूमेंट्स में नजर आ रहे होंगे। और प्लस इसके बाद कतर, यूएई। अच्छा, जो इसमें दिए गए हैं बहुत सारे फिगर जो है उनके पास ये नहीं है कि कितने सऊदी अरब के हवाले से हैं आपके फिगर, जद्दा में, या आपके
यूएई के हवाले से भी होते हैं,
यूएई के हवाले से भी हैं। अच्छा, कतर के हवाले से आपके पास वो नहीं है कि कितने कतर से टोटल अगर आप देखें यहाँ पर आपके जो निकले गए वहां से निकाले गए हैं अच्छी खासी बड़ी तादाद है जो क्रैक डाउन किया है उन्होंने सऊदीज ने किया है वहां पर और उन्होंने रियाद में भी और
look at this is deportation of beggary charges on Pakistanis everywhere from in the Middle East. These chaps go to beg out there and they're kicked out, they're getting deported. This is a nation of beggars and they're coming and trolling me and they're trying to make fake videos out of me. Just think of that, folks. Please understand, I'm going to come out with more of this. If Pakistanis are interested in talking about me, I'm also interested in talking about Pakistanis. I will not talk, I will make Pakistanis talk. Pakistanis will spit on Pakistan. And I always believe that, to defeat Pakistan, you need Pakistanis. You don't need Indians to defeat you. Pakistan will be defeated by Pakistan, by Pakistanis. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Viewers, what can I say? I mean, we are getting better and better at this. I mean, I should say General Shankar is getting better and better at this. I mean, he is the main singer. I am the one that's giving dalak here, there, and so on. But
not true. Yeah.
Look,
so,
as these people plumb new depths, right? They are lashing out at anything and everything, and it's really biting. And now Munir is kind of caught without even a fig leaf to hide that Pakistan has been completely, set aside in this Iran negotiation. And there's going to be no Islamabad accord. There's going to be a Geneva accord. Doesn't matter what name comes out.
Whatever that accord is, we'll discuss that separately. But look at Pakistan. It's a sit-down comedy, as per him, right? And see, just the show shows by seeing General Shankar, they're shit scared. They must be. This is the views you're getting it out, right? And well, that's how it is. I don't want to go and say I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But please understand, all of you, whether you're in PGurus or Gunner Shot, right? It doesn't matter me how many people have come on PGurus, how many people have come on Gunner Shot, and all that is relevant to me. It's also irrelevant, Mr. Rehman is saying many people like, whether you like it or not is irrelevant. I'm being very honest today. It doesn't matter. I'm not doing this for your likes or dislikes. But watch these channels, whether you like it or not. Because I go to a lot of extent to tell the truth. And these chaps are scared. That is why they are got after me. This is not the first time. This is the second or third time they are now after me. Even the Chinese are after me. That's okay. That doesn't matter. My whole life I've spent, doing all this nonsense. After all, I'm from the army. Let me see what they do. So we're gonna be at it. I'm not going to take too many questions. Your views, sir. Otherwise, finally.
So viewers, Dr. General Shankar downplays what he does. Whatever ad revenues come out of this channel, he dedicates it to a very, very nice cause, to upliftment of girl and daughter education. He is continuously giving scholarships for deserving girls so that they can go to school, get proper education, all the other expenses paid. And that's why I keep emphasizing, the more likes, the more views. The more views means more revenues, and the more General Shankar can do for the upliftments of the girls of Bharat. I can't say more than this. He is doing so much for this. He doesn't need to make any ad revenue out of this. Yet you can see him do almost 2 videos a day these days. One in the morning and one in the evening. And he is doing this with a zeal, and this has a big reason behind it. So please, whatever you can do, also you can donate to PGurus or Gunner Shot. But I would say for Good Morning India, donate to Gunner Shot.
No, it's okay. Money is not my ideal. Look, please understand, folks. Money is not my ideal. I have enough money to live my balance of my life.
It's not for you. It's for the cause.
Others, yeah, that's okay, right? But I want you guys to look at this and see what I'm dissecting and what I'm getting at. Because if you want to be a good Indian, you have to understand what we are speaking. That's why I get the top guys to speak. Just for your information, a guy like Raj Shukla, he's a member of UPSC. Though, the complete lot of IAS guys and everyone who go to him. He's the ultimate arbiter for all this. Like I like Hari Mohan. He's a professor with me in IIT Madras. Right? Dushyant. He heads the top think tank of India. Rajiv Narayanan, when he comes, I mean, he's now writing a book. He's such a great author. They're the guys who come. Ambassadors come on this show. Generals come on this show. They're not fools. We're not fools to come here. Please understand this. I'm not a fool to get them on PGurus. Okay, I've done a lot. There's nothing personal in this. There's nothing personal for Shankar in this. I'm stating this. And unless you chaps support us, Pakistan will do what it has to do.
Yeah.
Please understand. Pakistan and China will achieve their aim if you guys don't support us. That's all I have to say. If you guys genuinely feel that India has to progress, India has to go forward, take our message forward, get more Indians into this show. It's not only Indians who are here, it's also Indians who are of Indian origin who are wherever you are. Right? That's my appeal to you. And I started this only for this reason. I must tell you today. I started Gunner Shot because I felt that India doesn't have a channel where we can tell you about what actually India is. Not by half-start characters who come and say, I'm so and so and so and so. Not by idiot hoteliers who suddenly say they're strategists, or some stupid Bawarchi who says I'm a defense channel. We are all lived our life defending India. And today this is the way we contribute back to society. So over to you.
Thank you so much, sir. So, like I said, the like counts are catching up, but that's good. And let's go to some questions. We don't have a lot of questions today.
No, we'll have a couple of questions. Okay, one. Thanks a lot, sir. What little I can do, I'll definitely help. Thanks a lot, Kiran. You've always been a source of inspiration to me, right? Because you keep coming regularly and defending also. Like someone has did troll by saying whatever he had to say. Then Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bangladesh collapse. What's holding Pakistan still? What is holding Pakistan still is USA and Saudi Arabia. Period. Well, how far they can hold is something we will see. Then, as CM of Punjab, Sharif digitized the land records, gave more funds to local bodies, etc. As a PM, he's shaming Pakistan. He's real Jamil Jamal. Yeah, you're talking of Durandar. But let me go back. I papered over this. What's your view? What's holding Pakistan still?
First off, Pakistan is not as small as or not as vulnerable as Nepal or Sri Lanka, because if you look at both of those countries, right, they suffered badly from COVID. After COVID, the tourism just dropped off. And that really caused them a lot of trouble. Whereas Pakistan, its informal economy is quite stable. What informal economy is something that cannot be accounted for by the usual economists using the usual procedures, like, for example, taxes paid, revenues collected, and so on and so forth. There's a lot of that stuff that happened. That happened from previous British days. That is still there. I think there are about 200,000 families all over Pakistan who own just about 99% of everything there is to own, and they run their empires like a feudal lord, like before. The king of the land. I mean, he walks on the street, finds a nice new pretty girl. This kind of stuff. That's just one of the things. He also takes care of them when there is a problem. So this is what has been running Pakistan so far. And this kind of stuff is not there in the other countries. That's why you saw that collapse. But India has stepped in because they asked in a way that, probably India said, okay, they are willing to listen and they'll play by the rules. Bangladesh is in a bit of a problem. They are still, being held up by Pakistan. So you collapse Pakistan, Bangladesh will automatically fall in line. And right now, see, this last statement from JD Vance yesterday about how Pakistan is irrelevant is actually probably, this should strike fear in the hearts of all the Bangladeshis who are listening to ISI Jamaat nonsense. You guys, your days are numbered. Back to you, sir.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I think we've covered a whole lot of ground. We've conveyed our message. We'll get back tomorrow. We'll talk probably of China, Bangladesh. Bangladesh is a problem area which is coming up. We'll talk of Bangladesh. We'll continue this conversation because I think this till this deal is signed and all that. So we'll be back tomorrow morning. Till then, have a great day and Jai Hind to you and Jai Hind to all who are watching. Thank you.